Hello, everybody. My name's Anthony. Welcome to another video for FPL Overpaid over the Bar Mini League. And this one is a special Christmas edition. I won't be with you too long today. Just going to go through the main story, which is the Bukayo Saka injury, which now appears to be confirmed that he's out until February, March time. Look back at game week 17 and look forward to game week 18 and look at the fixtures there, which is happening on Boxing Day and the 26th and the 27th of December before a very quick turnaround to game week 18 in a few days after that. Okay, so first of all, if you captain Mohamed Salah in game week 17, you're very happy. And if you didn't, you're not. And I think everyone's got him by now, but that was another one where the captaincy decided, your rank rise or fall. A few players would have added to that, like Isak. Um, a few others did well. I'm not on top of everything, by the way. I only like discovered Southampton had a new manager about 5 minutes ago. Because I'm on holiday in Japan. It's 7:18 p.m. here at the moment, which means it's 9 hours behind on Christmas Eve in the UK and Portugal, which is 10:18 a.m., I suppose. Yeah. So it's not even midday on Christmas Eve yet, but we're going to bed soon here. Um, and I don't get to see any games either. My stream, despite having a VPN now, my stream isn't working. Not sure why. Doesn't matter. I'm not here to watch football. Um, I'll probably be back for some of the games on around New Year. So because Saka's injured, um, let's just have a look at who people are buying. This might help you if you want to make that decision. I have to say, my first feeling on looking at this is that there are justifications for about 12 different choices here. But let's first of all look at who everyone's buying. Uh, so if I share my screen here, you can see Luis Diaz is the most popular replacement, followed by the other names you can see on this list. Now, the only problem with Diaz is we don't know for sure he'll start on Boxing Day. And if he starts on Boxing Day, we don't know if he'll get taken off after 70 minutes. And then we don't know he'll start the next game because they have Gakpo and Jota is back from injury. And Jota is a punt at this point. Given that the turnaround to this fixture is quite quick, it's quite possible Jota will start on Boxing Day. And we all know how good he is. So, I mean, Diaz, Jota for Liverpool, for Arsenal, Odegaard, quite far down the list here, but he's on penalties now. For Arsenal, they're playing Ipswich at home. You'd imagine he'd get a return in that game at least. Apart from that, you got Rodgers very high on the list because of his returns at the weekend. Um, Same with Madison. I mean, I would say Madison and Rodgers, given Madison's fixtures, which are Forest away, Wolves at home, Newcastle at home, Arsenal away. I mean, those first two are fine, but Newcastle at home and Arsenal away, I don't think they're great for Madison. But anyway, a very sexy move is Ismail Sarr because he's suddenly becoming a bit of a player. And he's got good fixtures: Bournemouth away, Southampton at home. Chelsea at home's not great, and then Leicester away. I mean, that's three games. Maybe Bournemouth away is a bit tricky, but Southampton at home, Leicester away. you could imagine Palace scoring in those games, and he seems like the most likely to score if Eze's not playing. So yeah, it's understandable. He's certainly a very, very good football player and somebody who's going to get a lot more attention for sure. Son is the most expensive option to go instead of Saka. Um, I mean, he has done very well the last few game weeks. Uh, in the one before this one, which they lost 6-3 to Liverpool, the last game, he had two goals and assist against, sorry, a goal and two assists against Southampton, but it was Southampton. He scored against Chelsea. I don't know. I mean, personally, I have to make this decision. I still haven't moved. And I think, who I might I might go for, and that's Foden. Um, only thing is I'm not sure he'll play 90 minutes now, given the fixtures are so quick, 26th and 29th. But these two games, I mean, they gotta score goals in these games. Everton at home, Leicester away, West Ham at home. I mean, any other time we'd be desperate for a player like Foden, but I don't think he's going to get many people buying. That's a good shout for a differential. Um, and then of course Bruno Fernandes is probably the safest pick, I think. I mean, given his returns over the season so far, he's on 4 goals and 6 assists over 17 game week. That's been a steady, and it's been especially steady over the last 6 weeks or so. Um, well, since game week 10, really. He's been delivering more regularly than he was at the start of the season. But of course, Manchester United are very unpredictable now, um, having won at Manchester City and then lost at home to Bournemouth, lost at home to Forest. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know about that one. I really don't, and I might end up with Bruno because he's such a reliable player usually, and Wolves away, Newcastle at home. Liverpool away, but then Southampton at home. So two of those fixtures are very good. Um, I mean, the only other thing is maybe to bring in somebody else for 3 games and then Bruno when he's got Southampton. Uh, Up to you, really. I don't know on this. I'm gonna give up here. like I said, I think there's justifications for many players, including Newcastle's Gordon or Murphy. Um, I mean, I don't. Gordon's 7.2. I mean, this has got to be a bargain. He assisted last week and the week before. 3 assists and 4 goals in the last 5 games. 7.2. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the fixtures for this weekend. Um, so, I mean, there's some good fixtures here for fantasy football. You got teams at home, good teams playing at home, like Liverpool against Leicester, Manchester City against Everton, Arsenal against Ipswich. I mean, those games would seemingly have 2 or 3 goals for the home side in them. So each. I mean, Liverpool, Leicester could be an absolute rout given the way Leicester are playing. Um, so there's plenty of choices there, I think, generally speaking. I think Newcastle will do Aston Villa. I think Villa will struggle at Newcastle because of the congestion of fixtures and the fact that Newcastle are so strong at the moment and at home. If Aston Villa was at home, I'd fancy Villa, but the other way around, I think Forest is a better option. Um, I'm not sure about Wolves Man United. They that really depends on Wolves, how well they can play. Um, we'll see Southampton's new manager, Juric. I forgot his first name. Um, at home to West Ham. He hasn't got a spectacular managerial record. It is not super impressive at all. But if they've done the research, maybe something about him that he can bring to the table for Southampton, we'll see. Um, can Nottingham Forest continue their good run against Spurs? Why not? Why not? I mean, that'll be a strange one. The Spurs will have most of the ball, you'd imagine. But yeah, I think Forest will beat Spurs, or it'll be a draw. Um, Chelsea should be okay at home to Fulham. And Bournemouth Palace, well, who can say? Bournemouth can play really well on their day. Palace are on some good form. Then on Saturday, the 28th, oh, that's Friday, yeah. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday, the 28th is Brighton, Brentford, um, the Brut Classico, as it's known. Um, I suppose Brighton forwards might do well, but I'm leaving Joao Pedro on the bench now. I've had enough of him blanking, so I'll miss out if he does return in that game. He might even not start given the turnaround, so I'm definitely leaving on the bench. Uh, Arsenal Ipswich could be 4-0. I don't think the lack of Saka will be too much of a problem against Ipswich. Man City Everton, let's say they win that 2-0. I mean, they probably just make sure they win it. So, um, yeah, lots of home fixtures. There's a lot of choices in terms of players this week. You might have more than one transfer, and you could bring in extra players from those home teams playing at home, um, except Southampton and Wolves. But I think I'm not sure who I'm gonna stop sharing that. I'm not sure who I'm gonna transfer in. Possibly Gordon or um, Sarr, or I want to be different, but I might end up going Bruno Fernandes. All right. Well, that's it now. Happy Christmas, everybody from Japan. I don't know what that is in Japanese, but you know, it all I can say is the food is great. So, uh, see you next week. Hopefully get somebody on with me next week. It won't just be boring, you stupid. Uh, sorry, still got a bit of a cough here. Uh, take care, everybody. Happy Christmas. See you later in the week or next week. Bye bye.